Well, the Nifty is hit all-time highs. I'm Niraj Shah, and you're watching BQ Prime, and it's a momentous day of sorts because it's coming in a year wherein the rest of the world doesn't necessarily have a bull market, and that's a great sign. So we hit the all-time highs about an hour ago, and I think it's just important to highlight a few key parameters of what's happening. Though some of it or most of it, you would argue, is also known, but it's just such a great occasion that we should, I think, talk more about it. So first, um, what's contributed to this high? What about different indices and what they have done? So from the last time, which is October 19, 2021, to now, from the time that the Nifty hit 18,604, then to now, uh, a few stocks have really contributed in a major way to index gain, and a few haven't. They'll come up on your screen in just a moment. But if you just look at that list, Adani Enterprises, ITC, M&M, iShares, ICICI Bank, and it's quite astounding because nobody gave autos a chance at the end of 2021. Nobody gave ITC a chance. Adani Enterprises has been a bit of an outlier, really, but it's just a mammoth performer. But aside of that, ITC, M&M, iShares Motors, nobody, I think, gave them enough chances to perform, and they did. Everybody's talking about tech being at the forefront, metals being at the forefront, and they started coming off. And look at the kind of losers there, the kind of cuts that have come into a Wipro, Tech Mahindra, etc. But the 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 constituents change quite materially in the contribution of the Nifty moving from that level, I mean, sustaining that level or going down and coming back to those levels. These are the stocks which are the pulls and pressures. Now, what indices did well is the other key point, and PSU banks right up there in that period from October 19 to now, not necessarily contributing to the Nifty move, but in that period from the Nifty that it took the Nifty to reclaim its highs, Nifty PSU banks performed 48% uptick, gave a 48% uptick. Auto, FMCG, and figures, right? We saw M&M, ITC, etc. do well. And Nifty Bank right up there. What didn't do well? Nifty IT, Nifty Realty, Nifty Media, Nifty Pharma. And metals have given a positive move, but a bunch of metal stocks have come off as well. And that is a key point. I think Coal India kind of counterbalances that Nifty metal contribution. So we are at all-time highs, and the Nifty is done much better than some of the other indices, right? The Nifty and the Sensex are much better than some of the other indices, because I think it's in line with the IDX, which is the Indonesian Stock Exchange, about 5.25%. The Nifty is about 5.5 YTD. Major markets like Kospi down about 19%, Hang Seng down about 25%. So you can see the Indian markets have been rank outperformers. And one of the reasons could be that Indian markets are being looked upon as a dependable performer. Just look at the case in point today, wherein because of the China scare, bunch of markets are reeling under pressure, and Indian markets are trading in the green. So that's a really good sign. Last but not the least, what next is the question. So we'll do a conversation with Gautam Shah of Goldilocks tomorrow about what the charts are suggesting. But Lawrence Balanco of CLSA has already come out this morning and said that we are at a cusp of a breakout. He says that the Nifty looks primed for a breakout with momentum confirmation, and the RSI being above 70 would provide that momentum confirmation. He says that such a move would be a bullish event and signal a resumption of the market's long-term uptrend and further gains into the year end. And the breakout from the cited range would provide an initial upside target of 2185. This is the target that he had given when he gave the interview to us as well. For all of you who want to know what he's trying to say, try and log into that conversation and you will get to know what his views are. But like I said, that is one conversation. You read CK Narayan's column on BQ Prime, that's another. You, of course, hear any of the expert chartists that are there across media platforms. They'll give you a sense. And some of them are really good, by the way. Not all, but some of them are really good. But yeah, one of them who's really good will join us tomorrow. And I think it'll be an interesting conversation to try and sense of what happens next after these all-time highs having come in such a fashion when the rest of the world is really so disjointed. So kudos to all the SIP owners. They've been right at it. And I think their monies or their investments have been vindicated. Can't feel happier for them and for Indian investors at large, or for anybody who's invested in Indian equities. It's a great thing. May this last. Thanks so much for tuning in to BQ Prime. At 3 p.m., we'll get you an update with two expert voices of fundamentally what happens next.